Alright, this is going to be part one of the Association American Railroad Safety Operation Business Services, 425 3rd Street, Southwest Washington, D.C., 224, circular number OT10, in effect as of January and November 1st, September 2017, except as noted by the Code of Car Service Rules and Code of Car Hire Rules. Preamble: the rule contained in here does not foreclose subscribers from entering into other agreements which they may differ their rules. Preamble: car service and car hire agreement, list of subscriber car service and car hire agreement, participation sort of road name, reporting marker, and by 260 number. Definitions: home road code of car service rule, interpretations. Rule 1, load of empty foreign cars to load 2, empty foreign cars not be to be loaded. Rule 3, initially not used. Rule 4, car flow balance. Rule 5, boxcar moving, Title 49 CFR 1039.14, demanding a return empty cars to original junction. 7, interchange error movements. Rule 8, advertisements. Rule 9, steamship ferry barge restriction. Rule 10, responsibility for the charges necessary for transferring rearrangement of landing. Rule 11, weighing of cars. Rule 12, cars containing refuses. Rule 13, intentionally not used. Rule 14, commodities not may constrain future loading. Rules 15, request for cars. Rule 17, Car Service Directive 145 and 435, assignment. Rule 17, arbitration committee. Rule 18, interpretation revisions. Rule 19, contact registrations. Appendix A, service. Rule 14, commodities grade K, N, and W. Assignment orders. Car Service Directive number 145, 155, 175, 435, revised special car SCO 30, special car revised edition, special car orders SCO 90, and revised special car number 200. Association American Railroads circulars. Associated American Railroad Circular TD1, Appendix A, TD2, TD3, TD4, TD5, and Association American Railroad Circulars. Code of Hire Rules, Interpretation Freight. 1, Rule registration rates. Rule 2, calculation hours of mileage. Rule 3, reporting settlement procedures from report and retention. Rule 4, exemptions for charges. Note: substantial changes are highlighted in yellow. Rule 5, switching car hire expense recovery. Rule 6, provision odds. Rule 7, reclaim damaged equipment, handling liability responsibility. Rule 8, reclaiming defective equipment, owner's responsibility. Rule 9, interchanging report. Rule 10, LCS defective logic junction report. Rule 11, claim handling. Rule 12, settlements, reclaim the recoveries. Rule 13, time limits processing reclaims. Rule 14, time limited deducting reclaims. Rule 15, cars not acceptably offered. Rule 16, initially not used. Rule 17, arbitration committee. Rule 18, interpretation of revisions of rules. Rule 19, plenary powers of business services. Rule 20, agreements with Canadian roads. Rule 21, reclaims of the Transportation Code. Rule 22, reclaim of loading delay, owner's responsibility. Rule 24, storage reclaim under Title 49 CFR 1039.14 C12. Rule 24, empty mileage charges under car service. Rule 5. Rule 25, car hire arbitration. Rule 6, contact registration. Our car hire rules appendixes. Appendix A, reference car hire rule 5, code of switching reclaimed rules freight. Appendix B, reference car hire service rule 11G, car hire rule introduction. C and D eliminated. E, Title 49 CFR section 1033.1, car hire rules. Appendix F, car hire arbitration form. Appendix G, reference car hire rule 11A. Appendix G1, reference Appendix G1 and I. Appendix 8, summary amounts due for the car hire. Appendix I, reference car hire rule 11A form. Reference Appendix J, reference car hire 11 and B1. J1, mandatory time claiming format. J2, junction data type code definitions. J3, suggested rate of claim format. Appendix K, car hire rule 22 reclaim report. Appendix L, car hire rule 1F2 and 6B2. Appendix M, eliminated. Appendix N, car hire reclaim summary. Appendix O, car hire rules 13 timeline guideline. Appendix B, car rule 14 timeline guideline. Appendix Q, eliminated. Appendix R, hourly mileage car hire rate tables. Appendix 7, imprudency rate table. Appendix T, imprudency rule table, hourly time charges and superstructures. A, reporting marking transactions. Alright, we're going to read these and We're going to go to the cards. We're going to read until we get to the card service interpretations of freight for the first tape. Our Carlisle Service Agreement. The Service Railroad Company promised to agree with each of the railroad company separately with the survived with the file with the counterpart thereafter. The Secretary of Business and Services Association maker the subscribers will abide and enforce the rules prescribed in the handling of the settlement of the trade of cars, including code of service rules and car hire rules promulgated by the association. Further, the subscribing railroad company agreed with the creating of the business service group with the preliminary powers that is provided with the car hire rule 19, which group will establish, maintain, and Washington shall cooperate with the Surface Transportation Board in all car service matters between and all railroads generally acting, subscribing, and the agent in such cars, service cars matters for the fully and effectively code subscriber. Further, that the business service group is hereby designed to appointed as agent subscribing railroad company upon which the service all orders, directions, respect for the car service in accordance with the provisions as to the Car Service Act of regulate circumstances for the worst of time which may be made in service transportation and in subscriber's behalf, the duplicate or original agreement be filed with the subscriber Surface Transportation Board evidence designation. The agreement to continue until willful withdrawn within 3 months previous notice of the writing of Secretary of the Business Service Association. List of subscribers, car service, car hire agreements, legend, new updated subscribers to be expired. So list of subscribers can be sorted in the road name, company report name, or 216 number. The view of the reporting marking transactions for the previous month shows the road name, the marker of the road name, and the 260 number. And then list a table of all your railroad inventory contacts between here and from A to Z. And also you're participating, supported by reporting marking. Same thing, road name mark 260 number, which is a digit given to the number, the railroad insignia. You can get this off of the internet, OT10 PDF. Alright, definitions. Car leasing roads. For purpose of these rules, the car leasing road is a railroad shown with the lease field with the Umler file with the railroad and private country railroad control with this and considered the home of the car leasing railroad liner. Car owner. For the purpose of these rules, the car owner is the party identified in central reporting mark in the car. Home car, location where the car is in the hands of the owner and car leasing railroad. Foreign car on the railroad which doesn't belong. The private car having other railroad ownership. Home, a location where the car is in the hand of its owner. Run through the train interchange between two railroads, the locomotive of the car is if applicable the caboose. Run through blocks, cars, and train interchange between two roads in agreement with switch to another interchange point. Home road, the road on which the owner of the central reporting mark with the privately marked cars for the lease for the railroad, and the home road with the leasing of the cars is shown lease element of the Umler. Home junction with the home road, the haulage movement of the carrier host road of the carrier not named in the way bill physically transport of the equipment moving under the haul agreement of the hauling right character tenant road. Haulage right for the carrier tenant road. The carrier that contracted the service from another carrier to move shipments of the return empty equipment. The haulage method of haulage rights can carry tenant road to establish itself with providing services and stations along the track segment that it does not own. Subscribe to the road in which to subscribe to the car services and car hire agreement. Non-subscriber road does not subscribe to the car services and car hire agreement. Alright, then it shows your home roads. Any part of the following named roads will be considered a home for cars bearing more marks on any of the railroad's name of the components for such systems. In such instances, old names are included in account of the cars bearing these marks and still being in service. This shows A to Z in their initials for for your home roads. Alright, now this is, I'm going to cut the tape and read this as its own individual rules, code service, and then I'm going to make a sway on this